is coming up on the top of the hour. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm Nichole Berlie, live at our NewsNation headquarters in Chicago. And the man you are looking at, he's accused of planting pipe bombs at the Republican and Democratic Party headquarters on the eve of January 6th, 2021. He just left court moments ago after appearing before a judge for the first time. 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr. from Woodbridge, Virginia, officially charged with unlawful transport of an explosive device with intent to kill or damage a building, as well as malicious obstruction of a building used for commerce. Now, his arrest and the charges coming just yesterday after this case stumped investigators for nearly 5 years. All they seemingly had to go on were bombs themselves, which were left there unexploded, and this grainy video, which shows a man wearing a mask and a hood placing the bombs on the night of January 5th, just hours before the riot at the Capitol. The deputy FBI director saying his agency was not going to rest until they hunted down the suspect.
Folks, you're not going to walk into our capital city, put down 2 explosive devices, and walk off in the sunset. Not going to happen. We were going to track this person to the end of the earth. There was no way he was getting away.
And NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live in Washington tracking it all for us. So didn't spend a lot of time in court today, Joe, but what happened in the hearing?
Yeah, as we expected, this was pretty quick. Brian Cole Jr. there making his first appearance before a judge. He was wearing a sort of beige prison suit, wearing those glasses. He answered a couple of the judge's questions. Again, didn't speak much, but identified himself as the suspect, said that he was a high school graduate. Notably, his family was inside of the courtroom, and as soon as the hearing was done, they shouted, "We love you," to Brian inside of the courtroom as well. The judge basically just explained the 2 very serious charges that Cole is now facing and explained to him and his attorney that collectively he could be facing up to 20 years behind bars if he were to be convicted of these charges. It was interesting. I think the biggest takeaway from that short proceeding today was that prosecutors made it a point to explain that Cole had actually spent 4 hours talking with FBI agents, with law enforcement officials yesterday on the day of his arrest, which comports with what we've heard from a source that he has been complying and cooperating with law enforcement. Now, the Associated Press has reported that within those 4 hours of discussion yesterday, that he confessed to being the person that left a pipe bomb outside of the headquarters of both the RNC and the DNC on January 5th of 2021, and that he expressed views that aligned with President Trump, or rather that he was a supporter of the president at the time he did that, and that he was under the impression that the 2020 election was stolen, which was an unfounded claim that was made at that time. That is Associated Press reporting. We do not independently have that confirmed at the moment. They also made an announcement today that he's going to be back in court on December 15th for his second hearing, and that prosecutors are continuing to go through discovery. In other words, there may actually be more evidence beyond what we have been presented with yesterday in the criminal complaint and again today in his first hearing. So again, it was quick, it was short, we didn't hear much from him, but again, that was what we expected for today, and obviously a big day for the FBI and the Department of Justice, both of whom for 5 years have been trying to track down the person that they believe dropped these 2 devices. They now claim they have that person in their custody, and we just saw him in court.
Yeah, and still a lot left to learn surrounding this case. All right, Joe Khalil, live for us there in Washington. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.